Thinks one of the most interesting things was the former president, Donald Trump, talking about his vice president, Mike Pence, his unwillingness to flout the Constitution and basically hand him the election. This is what Donald Trump said out loud.
I think Mike has been very badly hurt by what took place with respect to January 6th. I think he's been mortally wounded, frankly, because I see the reaction he's getting from people.
David, why do sources familiar with David Chalian's thinking think this is so notable?
Well, listen, we know there's no love lost here this year since January 6th between Donald Trump and Mike Pence. And Trump has been out there sort of questioning, still smarting over the fact that Pence didn't go through with his attempted coup plan that Trump had devised for him, that Pence actually followed the constitutional order properly in terms of the counting of electoral votes. But what I find so amazing about this is now Donald Trump, I think, is stepping up this game. He's actually trying to ensure Mike Pence doesn't have a political future in the Republican Party. He is, by saying that he's mortally wounded. And by the way, Trump's analysis, it could be right. I mean, there are a few people who sort of understand where the base of the Republican Party is than Donald Trump. And so his analysis may be right, that this may be too, tough a bridge for Mike Pence to cross with the modern day Trump Republican base in a potential 2024 Republican primary. But Donald Trump's point here is to make sure he muddies up Pence as much as possible should Pence move forward with what many people expect to be a bid for the presidency.
Seems my sources were pretty good. That you found this was interesting.
Don't you? I think it's totally fascinating.
No, definitely.
I was not one of the sources, although I wish that I were. So, David, when we think of reshaping of the courts, we think a lot about Donald Trump because of the impact he had on the Supreme Court. But it's really worth noting that Biden is actually set to surpass Trump in his first year when it comes to federal judicial nominees, that's significant.
It is. We've seen so much, whether it is the election issues we've talked about, whether it was some of the immigration issues that have been such a hot button flashpoint in American politics. We've seen it all land in the courts time and again. It is notable that this was mission critical for Donald Trump. Remember, this is how he unified the pre-Trump conservative base to his movement, right, was around the issue of judges. He put out that list of pre-approved Supreme Court nominees should he get any vacancies. So the fact that Biden's been working away to try to put his imprint on the federal judiciary is key. It doesn't get as much attention because there hasn't been a Supreme Court vacancy yet. Yeah. And Donald Trump, of course, had 3 of those.
David Chalian, great to see you.